I see you all tired, so I will be short. But on every tech conference, we must say about blockchain, because what is a tech conference without blockchain nowadays? Yeah, so I will tell something about blockchain and smart contracts from Scala programmer perspective. What is basic facts? I mean that all we know that blockchain is something like immutable replicated database, where each record is published to all nodes with Bayesian consensus. Bayesian, it means that if somebody lie, then other can ignore one. We know that exists public blockchain which are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and many other. And exist private blockchains, which may be not blockchains in strict sense, because they have not block, like Corda, Hyperledger, and also millions. Usually they named distributed ledger. No, maybe it's synonym for blockchain. What is smart contract? It's just code which running after each transaction. In general, any process transform to smart contract. In topology, we can say that in Bitcoin, smart contracts are very regular and very specific. It's not Turing complete. Ethereum is a Turing complete language, which we can write. I'll default it. And on Corda, we can write contract on Java and on other, and on any Docker language, actually. And when we say I want to work with blockchain, it can mean I work in existing ecosystem, which is usually Ethereum, or we build totally new platform. Totally new platform, we can say that it's exist many, it's an open world, but the main are chain and ScalaX for. And it is possible to bootstrap a blockchain using ScalaX during maybe weekend. But it's a problems. What are the main problems blockchain is scalability. Because Bitcoin is 5-10 requests per second. Ethereum, 15 requests per second. In Visa, we have daily load is 2 requests per second, and maximum load, it's near 8 requests per second. So you can see the difference is 3 zeros. We have many next generation, but the source of the problem is the proof of work and worldwide application of each transactions. We have mainstream solution for this are channels. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum implement channels, but it's not a real solution. It's just allow something. Because what is a channel? We have something like swig on which we can play some state, some distribution between parties. And in each time, one of participants can gamma and flush state to blockchain. So it's not a solution because we do not transactions. We just can do something what we want in chain, and then we just flush in blockchain, we will finish it. Maybe at the end of the month or at the end of the week. Okay, so what we need from to do lack of contract? Are we must run node? No, because there exist public nodes and exist lightweight test nodes. How we can tell something to contract? We can just send to him message with transactions and drain blockchain in log. So let's maybe build small minimal contract. Yes. What we need? Solidity, Remix, Guncache, and Remix is a compiler for Solidity. But in general, as Scala programmers, we need only SBT. We have SBT Ethereum, where all packet in one chain, in one, and it can download for you call compilers. And here is a small smart contract. You can see this is a just simple of interface. So it is usual RPC as Thrift or this. Here it's a standard contract of notarize when we can publish proof that such document exists with such theme. So anybody can just put document, and anybody can in blockchain by calling proof for, and then anybody can review that this document have proof with such name. And it's all, and if I want, for example, something useful, or something important document, then I can publicly say that this document was notarized during the stake. What we can do from Scala? You can see this ordinary method call. Center address is because, and just call name of contract. How can we achieve such effect? We have two ways. First, that any node have JSON FTP interface, and we can just call one. Or we can just run ScalaJS in browser, which will nicely handle such calls. So the language is authority, but it is similar to JavaScript, but script types, and exist many issues. When you work with Solidity, you understood that ecosystem is in the early stages. Because storage is not cheap, interaction with external world is not cheap and not fast. Because to say something to external world, you need say something, then wait reply, then wait until this reply will be mined, and then read it. So any interaction, it's 10 minutes. And also problem that it is not a Scala. Maybe it is not a big problem, but for this exist solutions. For example, it was in use a few days ago that Axlang built a Scala DSL which generate contract code from Scala, which can be verified formally. Maybe in the, if you remember, Alex has do JS Scala some times ago, and Axlog, it is the same principle. Okay, but we have some contract, it is the great future. What have we used? We look and maybe the top 100 applications, and can see that the first is eco. What is eco? Or initial coin offering. I already know what is eco here. Oh, not all. Oh. Imagine, are you, okay, are you know what is IPO? IPO. IPO is when company goes public, it sells actions, and then they have money, and shareholders have part in profit. And usually only very big company can have initial IPO, and when the company have IPO, it's a big business usually, and the IPO is regulated. So you must complete millions of rules, which investor. What is ICO? We just publish contract which hold interaction between shareholders, and you can attract cryptocurrency via contract without any documents, without any regulations at all, because in new brave work. And now it is maybe 90% of, no, or 50%, yes, of usage of smart contract. Okay, what are the next most popular class of applications? It's games. You can sell or buy CryptoKitties which interact with other and create other kitties based on different genres. And it is the main lot of that work. Okay, it's hype, it's bright new future. Yes? What is the third most often smart contract? It's crypto derivatives. Some like exchange, or you can have option. No, you can buy for fixed price some security today, no, or tomorrow, and have no price. And at the end of the tail, we have something real. It is low tail, and it will grow, but for now, it's not, yes. So it's how market looks now. It means that we have a great future. What missing? What is the problem? The first problem, of course, is scalability. Because when each interaction requires 10 minutes, it's you cannot buy for coffee via cryptocurrency, because you can buy coffee and you can buy another coffee, and then you can see that, oh, my transaction is mined. So contracts must live in something like channels or in online consensus. And should exist standard ways to build oracles. What is Oracle? Anybody know what is Oracle? How? Oracle, it's here it's Delphi. It was in ancient Greek when somebody want to know truth. It come to Delphi church and ask oracles, what you think? And the oracles, by the way of God, tells them. Now oracles is the way of accessing facts from external world. It's a general name. And combination of for a pity, most of today's system have no good way of work with oracles. And the next question is combination of language and virtual machine, because it looks like in Bitcoin we can have very poor language, when in Ethereum we have very rich language, and it's a problem. We have no something middle. Okay. So if you build platform from scratch, then we can maybe think about other problem. We need to choose what language we want, specialized or general. Actual ecosystem need both, because exist very good applications for native. I can remember Blurry, which work on Rust, and they write smart contract on Rust. And it's actually very successful. And specialized language like Axiom. And we can say that blockchain nicely comply with CQRS principles, with event sourcing. No, because what is blockchain? It is just persistent event sourcing. And the next problem is that we pay for each data which replicated worldwide. Maybe we need not to broad channel, but which maybe we want to replicate not worldwide, but for example in our country or in our attorneys. And it's the way, for example, SR chain built. Okay. So I guess that for Lychin talk it is a good introduction. The main information here that you know that exists as a Ethereum, And you know that most problems are just in the initial part and must be solved. And if you can argue with me, you can ask me questions now or contact later in the such different places. Thanks.
We have this issue that Bitcoin especially uses so much energy that it's really an environmental issue. And I think it's important to address this issue when we go to more cryptocurrencies, that we avoid this or get away from this or so. I don't know, is there ways to avoid this problem?
Yes. We can say that Ethereum will switch from proof of work to proof of stake. Yes, so basically, Ethereum definitely will switch to proof of stake, but they start a year ago, but then they say that it's not trivial. Yes, but they try. And we can see that roughly it's one item. Second item, that for corporate blockchains, you does not need proof of work in general. Yes, so yes, this is issue which will be solved, but usually by changing consensus. Okay.
First of all, thank you for your lecture. Recently, IOHK Cardano Foundation announced the emergence of Plutus, a programming language based on Haskell, from author of Haskell, Philip Wadler. What do you think about this language?
Oh, they have Wadler in advisors.
Yeah.
Yes, so if we will have Wadler of advisors, then I can say only good from one side. From other side, I know the losing of Haskell. Yes. So it's interesting, but in general, yes, it's Wadler here. It will be very, it will be seriously, but maybe it will be from third side. Maybe it was a Scala that we will have a very good NIF, yes, but not all able to learn this. It's third issue.
Basically, IOHK Foundation made the SCOREX framework based on Scala and its ability to make their own cryptocurrency with the proof of stake. It's a cool feature.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Hey, my question is, does all the... Don't think I've got another microphone. Hey, does all the work... Sorry, everybody. Should I just... Does work have to always be visible? As in the items stored on the blockchain, are they visible to all everybody involved?
Yes.
Always. Trying a different microphone. Does the content of a block always have to be visible to all the parties, or is there? If I want to do a transaction that's of public record, but I don't necessarily want to do a transaction which is visible to everybody. Trading is a classic example of that.
In current implementation, all blockchain and Ethereum are public. And exist solutions for private transactions which will be embedded in blockchain. I don't remember number of web, but they worked on it, but it will be not now. Now all is public and usually, but for trading, blockchain is not useful because of speed, because of volatility. So it's new way. And they exist like something maybe third-order cryptocurrencies which provide this now. But in general, exists light channel, which is usually what will be in blockchain during next year. So for now, not maybe later. And third, that storage is not cheap, and usually in blockchain process only hashes. So usually you have something massive in internet, in special file store, and in blockchain only links on this file store.